Thank you so much, Chair, and I appreciate all the witnesses for being here today. I am going to be directing my questions towards the representatives from SMSRC. First of all, I'm just wondering, I know that SMSRC, I'm still learning how to wrap my mouth around that. It's not a normal acronym for me. It was established in 2015. So we know that some veterans and their families don't necessarily know about it. I'm just wondering if you could share with the committee more about what you offer a veteran who has experienced a military sexual misconduct.
For the question, wait. So all of the programs that we mentioned, so the 24/7 line, the Response and Support Coordination Program, the Independent Legal Assistance Program, our peer support, our restorative engagement, our grant program are all accessible to women veterans and to members of the Canadian Armed Forces with that. So we encourage veteran women, veterans, CAF members, anyone that has been affected by sexual misconduct within our mandate to come forward. There is support at the 24/7 line to get immediate support from a trained counselor on the line. If more in-depth support is needed, we have the response and support coordination where an assigned coordinator will be able to help the individual in terms of medical appointments, accompaniments, just more supportive type of counseling. The Independent Legal Assistance Program is also available to veterans in terms of if someone has incurred eligible legal costs and is requiring some reimbursement, we have that first phase available to them. Our peer support program, we will be launching new formal group sessions in the new year, so we're encouraging individuals to come forward there. If an individual is also part of the class action lawsuit, there is a opportunity for class members to come forward through a restorative process where they can share their stories and help in terms of moving forward on the culture change in the broader defense team. So there's several various programs. Those are just to name a few, but I would encourage individuals that have been victims or have experienced sexual misconduct to come forward to the SMSRC. And if we can't, maybe I'll just add one more thing. If we can't provide the services, we also refer out and have quite a wide network across the country in terms of other organizations and support services that we would refer individuals to.
Yeah, and if I can just add to that, I think, if I can just add to that, sometimes our clients don't know what they want. And I think that's something to state, that if they don't know what they want, but they've had an experience with sexual misconduct, to reach out to us and we can maybe help them find the right program for them. It's not necessarily a one-size-fits-all, like everybody who comes doesn't always have the response and support coordination or go to peer support. But when they talk to our counselors, they'll be able to get a better understanding about what we can do to help them with their journey, whether it's facilitating reporting, whether it's referring them to a case manager to attend appointments. But really, it's individualized care that's based on their particular needs. And so if they just call us, we can help them figure out what's the best thing for them.
Thank you. That's very helpful. So we have heard testimony, and Ms. Kashin is here again today, but we have heard testimony that that the Department of Veterans Affairs is working in partnership with SMSRC. So I'm just wondering, could you please, the representatives from SMSRC, please answer how closely the two departments are aligned and able to talk openly with each other, and if you see any challenges that make it difficult sometimes. I don't say that as a criticism. I think that, what we've heard clearly from a lot of women veterans during this time in the committee is there seems to be a gap because they don't necessarily know about these services. So I'm just wondering, from your perspective, is there anything that could be done better to support women veterans in getting the support that you provide that sounds so comprehensive?
So I guess there's two parts to the question. One, in terms of the first piece, in terms of the collaboration with Veteran Affairs Canada. I will say that the peer support program that is being developed right now, the two organizations are working very closely to establish a peer support program that is going to meet, I'm going to say, various needs within that. So there's 3 different lines within that program, the discussion platform, formal group sessions, and those types of things. So that collaboration has been working over 2 years now, very closely to establish those pieces. So that is, I say, in good motion to move forward on that. In terms of, your latter part of the question, in terms of challenges, it's more along the time of ensuring that what is developed is always people-centric and very much centered on what the community needs are. And so that takes time, and that if we're being trauma-informed in our approach to the development of programs, which we are doing very, very clearly and moving forward on that, it does take time, and we want to make sure that we are connecting with veteran women and those that have been affected to make sure that whatever is developed is going to be meeting their needs with it. So I would say one of the biggest challenges is assuring that what we do put in place is trauma-informed, client-centered, and meeting the needs of the client. And so that does take time. So I would say that's the biggest challenge that we probably face.
Thank you for that. And I'm wondering, my last question is there any engagement with having the staff that work with veterans at VAC trained? You talked about being trauma-informed, and we hear a lot of times that veterans are feeling traumatized when they reach out to VAC. So I'm just wondering, is there any work happening there to increase training from your perspective and your wisdom and knowledge base in supporting women who have experienced sexual trauma?
Sid, did you want to take that?
No, I don't want Sid to take that. If I can have you take that.
Sorry, I didn't know if that meant if you were.
No,
yeah, we'll
thank you. I would appreciate that.
So I will say, in terms of our interaction with the team at VAC, it's been a very close relationship, and the individuals that are hired within the program to do the peer support are qualified. Some are, background in social work, so they have already an expertise in some of those areas, and we're very careful within that to make sure that the individuals that are part of the peer support program have that trauma-informed approach. They have strong mental health workers that are all part of what we are developing together as we go forward. So I can speak to where our connection is with it, and so that has been a very positive in terms of the moving forward.
Thank you, Ms.